It's game time. It's live time. It's our time. How's everybody doing tonight? It's your main man, Eddie from EMP Performance. And I am very, very excited to have you guys on tonight because I've got another special guest for everybody and even for myself. We have Mr. Manir from Auto Dream and his all mocked up car, his 84 Fox, his 4-ride Fox. We're going to talk all about it. So I hope you guys are ready because he's a great guy. He's got a great car and he's doing great things for our community. So let's see who we got on already. Well, we've got Manir. He's already on. We got W. Miller, Cab Performance. We got Manny's on. We got Joe. We got John. We got Maljunikov. We got Josh, Bobby. What's up, Joe? We got Chad. We got Brent, Frank. What up, what up? All right, guys, let's get rocking and rolling. I'm excited for my main guest. Kill the music. All right, we got our guest coming on right now.
How's it going, man? Doing good. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, for sure. Same to you. Doing all right tonight?
Doing all right, man. Very excited to have you on tonight, and I've been getting DMs and so much feedback today for having you on, man. So I want to say thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So before I do it, because I know you said that people do it all day long. So how do you pronounce your first name? Did I?
Yeah. Yep. You got it right. Yep. Manir. Yep.
Manir. All right. Cool. I kind of had a hunch I was on the right path. I just didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah. No, I've heard all about everything you can try to get out of it, but yeah, you got it. So thank you.
Awesome, man. How's things up your neck of the woods?
Everything's pretty good. You know, we had some good weather. We're getting a little rain right now, but everything's okay. We're staying safe and healthy. How about you?
Yeah, same. We had actually a really nice day today, but tomorrow and Friday we're supposed to get some rain. But I've got some things to do in the garage and in the house, so I think I'll be good.
Right. Yeah. Stay busy.
Yep. So how the interviews work is we're gonna focus on getting to know you, and most importantly, your beautiful 84 Fox. And there it is.
Yeah, there she is.
I wish I had like background applause, but I don't. But we can also talk about some of the other builds that you've done, because you've done a lot. This isn't just like a one-time thing. I know this is your lifestyle. This is your business that you do.
Right. Yeah. So everyday habit for me, unfortunately.
I'm curious to hear all about that. So yeah, what we'll do is I'll fire some questions off at you, and then you and I will do our best we'll keep an eye on the questions inside the thread, and we'll try to have some fun.
Sounds good to me. Fire away.
Cool. All right, let's see. This thing's going a little crazy here. Just want to say what's up to everybody. We got Jimmy, we got Rob, we got Ryan, Joe, we got everybody. We're rocking. All right, cool. So first question of the day for you is, now you're the VP of Auto Dream, and you've come such a long way. You've got amazing builds. How did this all start for you, man?
Well, you know, growing up, my dad was always into cars, and we would just build them on the side. He did a couple Corvettes, and then when I was probably 12, before I could drive, he had an 84 Capri that he bought brand new, and he sold it, got married to my mom. He paid for his wedding with the money he got from the car. So when I was about 12, 13 years old, we were looking for another car to build, and he went and bought that car. I didn't really know much about it or anything. And so he brought it home, and it ended up being like a 5-year. We had it on a rotisserie. It was a 5-year project, and that's what got me into Foxbodies. And so then when I could drive, that's what I wanted. So in high school, I had a couple of them, and then it's just evolved since there.
Wow. What was your first one like? Because I think, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was on with Jason, and I was talking about my first Mustang in high school, and I honestly didn't know what I had, to be honest.
Right, right. Yeah, so my first one, I had a 1990 GT. I bought it up. I've been in North Carolina for most of my life, so I bought it up in Virginia. So I drove up there, picked it up as a 5-speed, 5.0 car, black, and it had chrome Celine wheels on it. And
Nice.
it was fairly stock, is what I had in high school. I did some stuff to it, nothing serious. I put an intake on, one of the BBK SSI intakes on it.
Nice.
And, just some little stuff, but didn't go real far with that car. I just drove it. It was a daily driver. And then I'm trying to think why I ended up selling it. I can't remember why I sold it, but not long after that, I had an 85 GT T-top car that I ended up doing a lot of stuff to, and that really got me going on Foxbodies and building them.
I love seeing that year with T-tops, man. It's just something about it.
Turn the phone to the 84,
Yep.
I see.
There we go.
No one wants to see me. There we go.
Yeah, geez, what is this?
We got the other one. We got my buddy Nabil
yes,
listening.
Yes,
this is for him. We'll talk about that later.
Oh my. Yeah, definitely. That color. Yeah, we'll get into that. So then you had your second one.
I wanted a car I could take to the track, and that was my goal. Just have something I could rip at the track, bring it home. And I've honestly never taken the car to the track because it turned out way nicer than I had planned for it to come out. And so I've never taken it down the strip. Now that it's been together for so long, I probably will at some point, but it's just something that hasn't happened.
Yep. Wow, that's pretty cool. So did you and your dad, when you were younger, go to drag strip a lot?
We did, yeah. And he was always, if you're gonna race, do it at the track. Don't do it on the street. And so I was skirts.
Yep.
And then I have the Wings West Cobra rear valance. You can see I haven't cleaned it in a while. It just throws rubber up on it.
Wow. Oh yeah, I can see that. You drive.
And then
that's all right.
Yeah. And so my buddy, everyone probably knows Harris Lou, he made me the custom emblems. So, because it's a 351, so it's 5.8 liters. And it was actually, don't tell the guys on Four Eyed Pride, but it was actually an original 4-cylinder turbo car. So it was a GT turbo car.
Right.
But I got it in pieces. So I kind of I went with what I had, and I didn't put it back to being a 4-cylinder turbo car.
Harris did an awesome job with that sticker because the turbo 4-cylinders, that's how the sticker was back then, right?
Yes, yeah. It said GT turbo, and it was orange and gray.
Yep.
Would someone rear come off? There's so many different add-ons you can control with it. I've got it controlling boost. I got it controlling my fuel system. It works with factory wiring, so you can use all the factory forward wiring, and it's pretty simple. So I got this is the heart. So it's a little bit of a mess right now. I've been experimenting with a couple things, but I have a trick flow box R intake, and I ended up I have a 2.5-inch cal hood, and it didn't want to fit under it, so I ended up I cut the front of the intake manifold and the back of it.
No way.
And I got it to fit, because a lot of people either have to drop the motor, and with the turbo, it's kind of difficult to do that with the way all the piping was. So I ended up modifying that upper intake and got it all to fit there.
Wow, it looks smooth. The way you did it looks really, really smooth.
Yeah, it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I got a lot of extra power out of that. The other intake I had on it was choking it when I swapped to this turbo, so
yeah.
It's a pretty good setup now.
That's a 350. You said a 351, right?
Yeah, so it's technically a 357. It's bored 30
Oh,
over, but it's a factory crank. It's not stroked. I have a good set of pistons in it. I've got forged disc pistons and some H-beam rods and, good heads cam, custom cam, and the intake. So it's a fairly simple setup, but it makes pretty good power for what it is.
what kind of turbo is that?
It is a Borg Warner S480. It's a
S480.
76 millimeters. It's a very big package turbo. It's got a big exhaust housing so that Windsor can breathe, and it lays down some good power.
Jeez,
What did it?
I can imagine.
Last time someone asked what did it dyno. Last time I was on the dyno, that was before this intake and before this turbo kit. I did have the same turbo, but I had a couple issues with the turbo kit.
Yeah.
It made 740 to the wheels. So I'm thinking now it should make a little more.
Wow, that's some heavy power, man.
So yeah,
And now is the turbo piping all custom done by you, Manir?
yeah. So I made all the turbo piping. I had originally when I built the car, it was probably 8 years ago. I bought a kit and I was running that up until actually a couple weeks ago, and I had modified that kit and modified it, and it was just time to let it go. So a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, since we've been on quarantine, I had some time, and I made the turbo kit that's on it now. I got a couple things I need to finish up, a couple pipes I need to redo, but I did the headers, and it's got a crossover pipe down there and comes up, and wastegate's there. This header is there. It's hard to see all of it, but
Yeah, I can kind of see it go right down there in front.
yeah. And then you got
Wow.
it's all tight in there, intercooler pipe in there, running up front, and it runs good. I put 100 miles on it a couple weeks, probably 2 weekends ago, and it runs like a stock car until you want to get on it and hurt some feelings.
And go. So a couple people asked, how much boost are you running, and how would you get it to hook at the drag strip?
That's a good question. I'll let them
That's a
know
good
whenever I
question.
figure that out. It does not. So if I'm going down the road in fourth gear, 70 miles an hour, it'll blow the tires off. And
What?
I have Mickey Thompson ET Street R's on it. And what was the other question?
How much boost?
Oh, yes. Right now it's 18 pounds of boost.
Oh my
So
God, that's
it
double what I'm running.
yeah, it's controlled by the pimp. So up until like 4,500 RPM, it stays around 10, and then from 45 to 6,000, it slowly ramps up, and it hits a max at 18 psi. But that's towards the end of the RPM range.
Wow. And did you set up those parameters to be that way?
Me and then my buddy Wes Kaiser, he's actually one of the ones who developed the Pimp XS ECU, and he lives around the corner from me, and so he's very knowledgeable with setting all that stuff up, and he does a lot of the tuning.
Okay.
And someone
Oh,
asked
wow.
what,
Okay.
so yeah, Pimp XS from Stinger Performance, and a
Oh,
355 gear.
and what type of tranny are you running to hold all that power together?
It's a TKO 600.
TKO 600. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That lays all that power down, man.
Yeah. And yes, the Mega Squirt allows air fuel ratio adjustability, so you can set where you want your air fuel ratio to be, and it'll make adjustments so it can happen.